Dorkheads, and everyone in between, and welcome to tonight's episode of Dungeons and Dorkheads. Clap, 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 clap.
Woo.
Yeah.
Okay, I think one of these days we just need to react in the just most nonchalant way possible.
Yeah, we can't have people thinking we're too excited to play.
Yay. Dungeons. Now, you guys might have seen it in the sort of opening, but we have new maps. That's been going on for a month and a half now. But as of this recording, we now have those new maps. Let me show you what we got over here, over on the world map. Steve has drawn over the Adventure Guild because apparently a red X was not enough. Okay.
Absolutely not. I needed it to share my art.
What do you guys think? I feel like it's a little bit more detailed. It looks a little bit nicer, a little busier, a little less sloppy. I cleaned up the water around Winter City and everything.
That is what I drew, by the way.
I tried some different terrain textures around the forests, try to make the map look a little more natural, I guess. This whole map is brought to you by Incarnate. You can head down to the link below and check them out. Are they sponsoring us? No, but we really like their map-making program, so we're going to talk about them. And that's not all. We also have our awesome sponsor and longtime friend of the channel, Green Man Gaming. Head down to the link below. Guys, I'm pretty sure it's February when this is going up. You know how many games are coming out this month? Holy crap! You're gonna need their help! Because there's a lot of games coming out this week!
It's no longer fuck you, it's January.
Yeah,
it's now February.
It's now fuck you, February, all the games.
Fuck you all year!
You forever. Life's pain.
It has been 30 seconds since the video started. Yes, okay, we can swear.
Can we?
Yes, the YouTube is dumb like that. But also,
female presenting nipples!
No.
Whoa. The other type of pain magic.
You know who isn't dumb, though? ForgottenAdventures.net, with their over 1 billion tokens that you can purchase for all of your virtual tabletop needs and desires. And they are open 24 hours a day, and we are contractually obligated to say this because we use their tokens. Yay.
Yep.
I thought this was supposed to be on Thursday. Did that not happen?
What?
Like, I thought we were thinking about moving it to Thursday to get the last member.
We are going to move it to Thursday, but our last member, we can move to Thursday whenever we want, but we're waiting for, we're waiting for our final party member to finally get things in motion, if they choose to actually play with us. Anyway, we also... This has been a long time coming, actually, but we would like to thank Alexander Nakarada for the new music that we are using this year. There's some very good stuff. He does some very, very great music. I was getting really tired of using the same 10 dungeon songs, so this is a relief. Thank you for your generous contribution, even though I'm supporting you on Patreon.
Oh.
But that's it from me. Let's hand it over to Steve so that he can get this party moving.
Alright. I do thank everyone for tuning back in, as well as everyone who has been active in the Headhunter Productions D&D server. The D&D room in the Headhunter Productions Discord server. So it's been nice posting only D&D memes, and that being literally the only thing I do there. But if anyone feels like stopping by and asking questions about what I'm doing and why am I blowing up everything in Hunter's map, well, the answer to why that one is because it's fun.
Stop
but,
that.
certainly, you can stop by, ask any questions about the campaign, including who is the best character. The answer is clowns,
Of
and
course.
and just see you around. I would like
Someone
to
thought
thank
that I
all of
play Zach.
what.
I was streaming the other day, and someone was like, "Oh, I saw you. Your character reminds me of that one guy from High Guardian Spice." And I'm like, "This character only reminds me of Zach. I don't play Zach." I'm like, "Wait, have you
Anyway.
watched the show?"
Anyway, so yeah, I do thank all of the viewers for coming back. I do thank all of the players for being wonderful and letting me direct this amazing multi-track drifting train ride.
Oh God.
And I think we should hopefully be ready to get on back into this, because I don't think we have anyone else that we need to mention.
No.
I'm not currently using any of Captain Yassarian's maps. I did cobble something
I don't
together.
think you mentioned Foundry Tabletop.
Did we mention Foundry Virtual Tabletop? Well, hey, Foundry Virtual Tabletop
is a fantastic program for all of your desires. If you desire to play virtual tabletop game.
Continuing on, we should go ahead and let me unpause this game, even though it, and we can get on back into the Dungeons and the Dragon in Adia.
Rawr.
Okay, so where we left off, our wandering troop was hopelessly lost in a dungeon. Until they were not hopelessly lost in a dungeon. We finally found the stairs! And they climbed those stairs and found themselves in a library. Various books later, they found themselves in the main entryway of Castle Corlath Castle. I don't know which word gets front-loaded here, but this is the way. But in the courtyard, they had a lovely fight with a pair of chimeras. I remembered that. And through various circumstances involving the death of an orc who were fighting the chimeras at the time, Zach is now basically the war chief of a tribe of orcs.
Look, this is the one time Zach didn't want bullshit to happen.
Well,
Well,
And
I should have just
Orvid
remembered to
is-
use my stars, and then Zag wouldn't have had that problem.
And
But-
Orvid is kind of the legal heir of Granite Keep down here.
Very fun stuff.
Legalities. We're moving up in the world, and meanwhile, the rest of the party is like, what the fuck? And so then they met up with their new dwarf friends. So now we got 8 people all wandering to Budvrodaz, and then they decided to camp out in the woods for the night. Very successful hunting trip but on Sandra's part, as indicated there by that 24. Nice. And then everybody leveled up. Level 6. Yeah.
ooh,
And that's where we left off.
I can't wait for my new abilities.
yay.
I don't have any.
God, that sucks.
Okay, that's
Anyway.
unfair.
that
I have
must-
a new favorite terrain, and I have a new favorite enemy.
I certainly got a new ability.
And I sort of have broken Orcish.
Might be helpful. Might be helpful in the coming
Might
days.
be. Might be useful in the coming days.
Maybe I'll look for how to understand Orcish in a library or something.
But that's where we left off.
So, as the party is on the road, I'm just gonna temporarily drop you all into the white space where you can make your beautiful camp on the side of the road for the night.
Already did that. That's 2 triangles and a
2
trapezoid.
trucks. Are they built for it, tough?
That Assassin's Creed character everyone's been talking about.
Trapezoid?
Anyway, so a lot of you are preparing for the night, and well, I think we actually are picking up during the morning. The long rest revitalizing you as you are finally able to sleep under the stars once again. While it would be nicer to be in a nice, comfy in-room, actually sleeping in a bed of some form, you have the next best thing of your bedroll inside of a tent, out, not inside of a dank, dark dungeon. The various individuals who have been accompanying you offer to take shifts watching. Rajal and Torin take the first and second shift respectively, and Gally takes the third, allowing all of you to sleep peacefully, though if any of you wish to assist in any of these watches, you certainly may.
Excuse me. What the fuck are those names?
Rajal, Torin, and
We never
Gally?
got their names.
Oh, true.
We never got their names.
Well,
Let me write down the names so I don't forget.
no, you
Oh.
can't. You,
Oh.
you don't know
Don't
their
know
names.
their names.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, Orvid will stay a watch with his dwarven compatriots, who you don't know the names of.
I only have to
Yeah,
sleep for 4 hours, so I'll help with second or third watch, whichever one is preferable.
Well, that depends. Do you want to sleep first, or do you want to,
I'll sleep first.
Alright.
Get my
So-
4 hours out of the way.
So, you would wake up halfway through the, second watch. And
So would I, since I only have 4 hours as well.
yeah, the two of you go into your nightly trances and wake up feeling spry with a new spring in your step, as if that entire endeavor has left you more adept, better off. You've experienced a true dungeon as an adventuring party, and though you weren't trained at the Adventurers Guild, you would consider that dungeon delved successfully.
Whoa.
Hopefully next time you go into a dungeon, you actually enter from the entrance instead of being warped into the bottom. But that's a hope for another day. The night itself, as Nicholas and Sandra wake up, loose term of wake up, you see that the night sky, there are a few clouds in the air. You would assume, likely it's not going to be raining. It's quite the contrary. You feel that the temperature, with the change in the wind, Sandra, you're able to pick up that tomorrow might actually be a pretty warm day. You still have a couple days trek to get to the destination, and you're hoping that Boudredos certainly is going to be a warm welcome. You've mostly skirted the swamp behind the Corlith ruins, maybe making decent time, but once again, there's still much to go. One of the orcs whom you do not know the name of, turns towards you and acknowledges that both of you are awake. He's lately munching on some of the leftover meat of the, honestly, banquet that a lot of you managed to get. He just gives you a grunt. Brr. He tears off another chunk of the meat that he's had drying next to the fire. Was there anything the two of you wish to do?
I can't honestly think of anything.
If you'd like, you can certainly just spend the time waiting and enjoying the night.
Got an idea, but I really don't want to do it. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait up the night.
Do it.
What is the idea?
To read Zach's thoughts, but the problem is that's very dangerous.
I mean, you could do it if you want to.
For obvious reasons.
And I put,
That is
and I put a hand
extremely
on
dangerous.
I put a hand on Nicholas. You can read thoughts.
Yeah, I've been practicing, and I finally learned how to do it today.
Wait a minute.
Sandra also can read thoughts.
No, I can't. Okay, out of character.
Yeah, how did you know that?
Out of character. You did not specify whether you were saying that out loud or not, so...
It didn't sound like I was saying it out loud.
Whatever.
It certainly did not.
Okay.
Regardless.
Alright, back in character. Alright, let's analyze this. If you can read his thought, he has all knowledge.
Yeah. True. But then again, if things go wrong, which it very well could,
Okay,
I could burst into flames. Remember,
Okay,
he has
that
some
is the
demons in his
absolute
head.
That is the absolute worst case scenario?
Remember the last time I tried holding a demon item and I caught fire?
No.
You don't? You don't remember the freaking, was it the necklace or ring? I can't remember.
Okay,
what it
the
was called.
necklace did not make you burst into flames.
It did burn me though.
It kinda burned you. It was a little singeing. It was a light singeing. Now, when you say burst into flames...
I mean, if it goes horrid, like if it goes horribly wrong.
Okay, what if you
And
stood
that's
in a
DC.
river while doing it?
Well, for starters, that would mean having to drag Zach's body all the way near a river,
He's a
which
heavy
I'm
sleeper.
not doing. Still, I'm just saying, it's dangerous to try. Also, let's assume
I think he knows where my mom is. I'm gonna find some water.
Oh, I guess it would depend on Zach's wisdom throw, which currently he doesn't have a lot of.
I'm gonna find some water. And I get up and I head on out into the woods.
You can go ahead and make a survival check.
Survival check. Oh, I'm great at those. Actually, let me... my proficiency bonus is actually doubled because I'm in favored terrain.
Yep, go ahead and make your roll.
So that's for 1d20 plus a lot. Plus 8. Okay. That's fuck you! That's a 10.
So, you go ahead and, it's not very hard to do. You're nearby a swamp, and you manage to find a, not, scooping up swamp water. You remember seeing a small crick that it is filtering some of the water out through the rock layer, and it is a small stream of the closest you can get to purified drinking water in this wilderness.
It'll work.
You might want to boil it, but you're fairly certain that it's palpable to your palate.
Alright, and also, I'm gonna go ahead and try to wash off the new stuff, like the weapons and stuff, just so they're clean. Especially the cleaver, before I cook anything with it.
Alright, you give everything a thorough rinse down in that river water.
Alright.
And as you are washing your implements,
Oh no.
you look to the side and notice that there is a buck standing. It walks out from behind a tree, looks at the ground a bit, turns towards you, and just makes eye contact with you.
I stare right on back.
It blinks its eyes, and then turns and walks away.
Huh. Alright. I head on back to camp.
So, you easily find your way back to camp, and, you know, the favored terrain of yourself. You can easily go to and fro whichever areas you wish, even in the dead of night. Easy enough for one such as yourself. And after not terribly long, you make your way back into the camp. One of the orc that is currently keeping watch, kind of, you know, you can see their hand reaching for the battle axe and like about to grab it, and then they notice it's you, and then they lift their hand back up and start turning some of the produce that they have drying next to the fire as well.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Saw a deer.
Huh. Does it have any aggression towards you?
No. Don't
Hmm.
think so.
Well, that's good at least. How wise do you think Zach is?
Well, he wished for unlimited knowledge without a second thought, so...
I guess that's true.
On a scale of 1 to 15, I'm guessing he's maybe a 12. Or a 10. Yeah, maybe a 10.
Okay.
It's like, think of the most average intelligence person that you can think of. Half the people on this planet are dumber than that idiot.
Guess that's true.
Alright, I'm gonna read my cookbook.
Alright, I'm assuming this is the orcish cookbook.
Yes.
Alright, you start checking out some of the additional orcish recipes. Yup, they certainly are the medieval equivalent of some of those like Great Depression era cookbooks where it's just like, yes, a fruit salad that you use spam and sardines. Stuff like that, where it's interesting. Not your choice.
Anything that I could throw together with what we have on hand?
you checking what you currently have, you'd estimate that, yeah, you probably have enough to get maybe one of these recipes with the currently drying fruit, mushrooms, and various bits of meat that you have remaining. There is what could be closely equated to like a pemmican.
A what?
Pemmican. It is a.
I've heard this word.
It is a brick of dried meat and various berries put together with animal fat that has been boiled.
Yes, and it's supposed to keep for a really long time.
Yes. Very long time. Like a month.
Fallout 76, that's where I've seen this. Okay. Yeah, I'll give that a shot.
Alright, go ahead and I will ask, are you what tools are you using
My
to
cook's utensils, which will add a proficiency bonus.
Okay. Go ahead and make that roll.
Here's a great question for you.
Mhm.
If I add the cleaver, will that make it a +4?
I'll say yeah. The cleaver can give an additional +1 because it is a very fine working tool, especially since you are needing to finely grate the meat, since it is a meat related thing. You can go ahead and wisdom proficiency bonus and an additional +1. Go ahead and make a cooking roll.
Wisdom proficiency bonus. Wait, add the wisdom too?
Yeah.
Okay, that'll make it a +6. Alright.
Yeah, easy enough.
Quite good.
Yeah, you take out the pot that you have, and within the cooking kit, you can set up a pseudo spit that you use to hold the pot over the fire to boil down the fat, and with the cutting board, you just kind of set the cutting board on your lap and get to work getting the meat shredded, as well as the various berries, fungi, and root vegetables that you have found. And over the course of like an hour or two, you get the pemmican made. You're able to, as you're kind of sampling it, as you're putting it together, you find that perfect ratio of like berry sweetness and mushroom savory, and it honestly tastes quite delicious. And I'll say that with all that you have, you probably are able to get like 20 servings of pemmican.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and make 15.
Okay. So, I'm not sure what you're doing with that other 5, but...
Well, I was gonna give like 5 for me, 5 for Zach, 5 for the Orvid, that's what his name was, and Nicholas is a vegetarian, so...
Fair enough. You just have some leftover supplies, I guess.
Yeah.
So, you, the orc, while you were getting everything ready, they have gone to bed, and one of the dwarves wakes up, and she stretches a bit and goes over and kind of looks at the pot, looks into the pot. She's like, "What you making?" And as she like looks at the pot, originally she's like, "Oh, what is this?" And then when she sees you just like boiling fat, she like just kind of a face of almost concern.
Trust me, it's good. I read it in a book.
Emma, can you say?
Yes.
Right. That's actually something I haven't been able to have myself. It's from what I hear, fairly common travel good, usually used in made by roaming races. So the lizard folk and orcs of old, but
I roam.
it's, well, I guess that shouldn't be too surprising that you're making it. So interesting smell at this point, but
What does it smell like?
a very thick, like gristly greasiness.
Alright.
Yeah, you know when something is just like grease?
Yeah.
Yeah, that it is just like pure that.
Alright.
Yum.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pain to wash out this pot, but the dwarf pops a squat on one of the logs that was rolled over and pulls out a book and starts flipping through it.
So am I able to stay up with Galley on the watch that they're doing?
Oh, if you wanted to be woken up and do a watch with Callie, then yeah, she'll shake you awake as well.
Mhm.
Half of the
I
camp
guess.
is now awake.
The orcs and Zack are not,
Yeah,
and
they never
there's
do
still a
that.
dwarf that's asleep.
Yeah, half the camp is now awake.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Orvid definitely doesn't show his nose up to this delicacy. Probably to Galley's dismay.
It's not that big of a delicacy.
Galley is just kind of sitting there, ignoring the quote-unquote cooking that's going on, but you can see that she's flipping through her spell book.
Try a bite and you might grow a bit of muscle in the arms.
Should I?
Once again, not every dwarf is about muscles.
What you muttering there, Nick?
Just constantly contemplating on reading Zach's thoughts or not.
Well, it depends. What do you think you'll find in there?
That's the real question, because we may not even get the knowledge, the mountain of knowledge that he has, been given, so who knows?
Well, why don't you try it on someone else first? Try it on me.
Sure, why not? You have to do a wisdom saving throw, by the way.
Do I have to, though? I'm letting you do it.
Yeah, I think you can. If you let it happen, you can just pass the. You can basically purposely fail the save.
I would like to purposefully fail the save.
All right, so
Okay, then.
you. So, go ahead and read what your ability does, I guess.
Okay. If the creature fails its save, you can read its surface thoughts, those foremost in its mind, reflecting its current emotions and what it is actively thinking about within 60 feet of you. The effect lasts for an entire minute.
During that time, you can use your action to end this effect and cast a suggestion spell on the creature without expending a spell slot. It automatically saves its fail against the target automatically fails its saving throw against the spell.
Please don't do that.
No,
do
I
it.
have no interest in just forcing you
Please,
to
for the love of the gods, do it.
Jerk.
So, I guess at this point, what are the surface thoughts of Sandra?
I wonder what my mom's doing. How old is this book? How much further are we gonna have to walk? When is the last time I... Wait... I wonder if the mail left steadfast before it exploded.
Mail? That's an interesting topic. Okay.
I sent a letter to some people in Sherthor. I don't know if the mail left town or not.
Kind of forgot. Sorry.
Maybe I should send another one. That's a good idea. I should do that. It's kind of jumbled.
Okay.
Her brain's a little scrambled, and the thoughts just kind of jumble around, go in and out. She has a lot on her mind right now.
Yeah, if you're curious about how old that, and I'm going to say the Dwarven cookbook is what you're talking about. Not Dwarven, Orcish cookbook. Because that I can check for you. I could see how old it is.
Wait, how?
Well, I know my history stuff, so yeah. I guess I could check. I could try and determine it for you, if you're curious.
Sure.
Okay. 1d20 plus, I believe I have an 8 or a 7. 7.
So you take a look at the book, and you've futzed around with old books before, and exact date, not really sure. The location that this was stored in was fairly decent for storing the book, though, you know, over time everything deteriorates regardless. You would assume that this is probably written, if not while Corlith was still about, maybe a bit before, but one would assume, yeah, it's from the age where Corlith stood.
Around Corlith was around, probably even sooner than that. So, when did Corlith fall again?
About 700 or more years ago.
Probably around there. So the book's like over 700, maybe even 800.
Still legible.
Yeah, probably around 700 then. If it's still legible.
Well, alright. I'm probably gonna ask Gally a few questions. So, you find anything while I was thumbing around in the deep?
A whole lot of not you, I'll tell you that much. We kind of looked around. There was a couple of beasties wandering about, but you know, as soon as Dothric saw them, he certainly took care of them with quite eager intent. But honestly, the amount of creatures that were wandering around that place, a bit interesting. We did find, you know, a couple of packs of some dead people. Was able to pick up the spare spell book of a caster that had passed. Most of the spells I already had. They weren't that prominent, as you could probably tell with their corpse laying on the ground. But not every adventurer is cut out, as you would think, especially wizards. We couldn't be terribly certain if they were adventuring alone, but
So you ever heard of a corpse walking without it being affected by necromancy?
Not that I would really think,
I kind
unless
of perk up an ear for this conversation, because I'm interested too.
there certainly might be something out there. Usually it is necromancy that would make corpses walk, unless, you know, there's something inside the body making it do that. But
I don't know. I did the rituals to keep, you know, keep the necromancy off the past prince. But it seemed the body would move sometimes on its own, as if something was moving it.
Well, it's possible that there was an outside source doing something. Maybe some form of unseen servant, though those aren't terribly strong. And it was moving out and about, you say?
Yeah, it actually must have brought it upstairs at least.
Well, since I'm not around to actually take a look at it, I can't really identify it more, but
Aye,
know.
plus we buried the body. By now it's
Aye.
whatever was carrying it long gone.
Well, it certainly isn't going to be getting back up anytime soon since you've properly interred those bodies. It's very, especially with that ritual cast, bringing them back, it would take a prominent necromancer.
Aye.
You know, necromancers are a bit far and few between, and depending on the area you go, it's looked more or less. Some things are acceptable, some things aren't. But
This is gonna sound crazy, but I know a necromancer.
it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
weird profession, but there are necromancers here and there, and mostly people that just look into the school of necromancy. But
Yeah, but this one's a 10-foot tall lich.
what?
Yeah.
Maybe.
She just kind of like blinks and looks at you dumbfounded.
Well, since we're gonna be working together, I figured honesty was the best policy here. The three of us have kind of been working with a lich who's trying to forestall the end of days.
We are essentially forced into it after somebody here, won't say any names, decided to literally gain, well, all the knowledge.
You're gonna have to unpack that a little bit.
Okay, his name rhymes with Zach. Oh,
No,
wait.
not just specifically
Damn it.
that part. So, you encountered a lich?
Okay,
Liches are just myth.
I'm
Those are
sorry.
myths.
let me start at the beginning. We were on an airship heading for the Adventure Guild because we were prospective guild members, and the airship exploded, so we jumped off and used Featherfall to not die, and then the airship crashed right into the guild. That's why all the adventurers are going absolutely nuts right now.
Wait, excuse me, what? The Adventurers Guild has been hit by an airship.
Yes.
Yes, a killer clown, no joke, blew it up. They blew up the ship, which caused it to crash into the Adventurers Guild,
There was
releasing
also a star
whole
caller.
bunch of beasties.
There was also a star caller with us who decided to make coffee instead of helping, but that's besides the point right now.
She like raises her eyebrow and points to Zach. A killer clown.
No, Zach's not
It
the
was
one that
not
did it.
him. We know it wasn't him.
Okay.
Different clown.
Gally looks at Orvid.
Orvid is just stroking his hand through his beard, like, with a blank expression.
This is... Okay, so...
All I
what-
can say is we're currently also, at least I think Zach is on the run from clowns. Yeah,
Clowns? Really?
Yes, clowns.
And
Killer
that crystal around
clowns.
his neck
I wish
is-
I was kidding. It honestly sounds like a bad April Fool's joke.
And that
but
crystal
nope.
around his neck is from the Lich.
Yes.
You know,
The
it's-
Lich was one of the monsters. I think most of the other monsters are dead.
If we take it off, he might go comatose.
You know, as crazy I'd like to call these folk, I did get pied in the face by a ghost, so kind of hard to deny.
I also got pied in the face, but he wasn't there for that.
I...
The pie was
That was
delicious.
funny,
It was-
actually.
It was banana cream. You should have had a bite.
Oh, banana cream, are you kidding me? I would love to have had some of that.
Oh, it was killer.
So,
Ah.
anyways,
That's also why Steadfast blew up. That was his fault too.
Banana
yeah,
pie?
But that was a
Wait.
different thing, though.
Steadfast exploded? Once again, what?
Okay, how many
okay,
locations do we have to wipe off the map here?
2.
two. Luckily, just those
Okay. A low number, but odd that it's happened twice.
two. Okay, essentially, due to the fact that me and Sandra had a run-in with the Thieves Guild, which captured us and were about to sell us as slaves, Zach thought the best way to save us is to make a pact with a demon to obtain all knowledge, which is essentially what burned down Steadfast.
He
So you're telling
opened
me
a-
that the Thieves Guild is doing slavery now?
No, he opened a hell rift, unrelated
Yeah.
to the
Yeah,
Thieves
No,
Guild.
no. Go back. The Thieves Guild's doing slavery now?
Yeah.
Yes, that I figured that would be a given.
Or
Oh.
it might not be the Thieves Guild in the Granite Keep. They,
Ah,
Oh,
Likely
yeah, probably
different
not that
branches.
one. No,
yeah,
this is a
Dark.
different Thieves Guild.
they likely
Yeah,
wouldn't be able
like
to get
the-
away with it.
Yeah, like
dark
there's all
times,
kinds of
dark
Thieves
times.
Guild, like the one that runs the coffee shop in Sherthor.
Yeah.
Wait, there was also one that, there was one that ran the bar instead, the underground bar in Steadfast.
Well, like I went to that coffee shop all the time, and they all became my friends, but
Okay, but so you where does this lich come in?
The Lich
was-
essentially was let free from the crashing airship that crashed into the Adventurers Guild since it was underneath the Adventurers Guild. Since the guild went kaput, the Lich went free.
Yeah, we
it's
went-
like over 1,000 years old. And
look, we went in there
yeah.
to help.
I
and
also
immedi-
I literally threw a giant bolt of radiant energy at it, and it downed itself for a little bit.
We went in there to help and immediately encountered a manticore, which was immediately killed by a dragon, which was immediately killed by the lich, which was immediately killed by us. Mostly him. He pumped it full of more radiant energy than I've ever seen before.
But since
Give
we
me a
didn't know
second.
how a lich worked, it kind of resurrected itself in Zach's body since he held the necklace.
I'm just imagining what these people are gonna look, they're gonna look at Zach when he wakes up.
Like I said, it's a very convoluted mess, and then the lich fully revived itself, I think.
There was also a Fennec girl that got sucked into a
Dark magic vortex.
I want to say a shadow rift.
Maybe that too. Maybe that's the best way to put it. Yeah,
Oh, but I
our
told you
adventure
that
has
they
been
come in it.
weird.
Wonder how she's doing.
Orvid, I told you that joining the Adventurers Guild is a bad idea
We're not
because
with
all of
the
this
Adventurers
crazy.
Guild.
Oh, we were about to.
We were going to be, but now we're not.
Be glad that I convinced you to go to the Paladin.
At least one of the two still standing, eh? Unless you lot have something to do with it.
Do with what?
I'm joking. Please don't blow up the paladin.
Well, likely
Capital.
since
Have
the
no plans to do that.
well, have you gotten any updates about Steadfast? As you know, the Paladin city is across the water from it.
That's actually, I don't know. We haven't been there in a while, maybe like a month or two.
No, it's only been like a week.
Really?
Right. Probably no word has gotten out about that yet, but I'm sure that Granite Keep and the Orcalands are gonna start making preparations. But hang on, Gelly stands up, walks over to Zach, and just squats down reaches her hand out and begins casting a spell. And you just see a glow on her hand that reflects into her eyes. And then the necklace around Zach's neck lately glows. And then the magic just darkens, and you can see it surround Gally's hand, and she recoils, taking a step back and shaking the magic off. Alright. Yep.
It's very strong magic. The Lich was, very strong. He was a very strong magic user.
You realize that...
I said
Zach
she.
shifts in their sleep slightly.
You realize that's a phylactery that's around his neck, right?
Oh.
That's a new word for me.
Character Pog.
That phylactery, if the Lich dies, that is one of the places that will be able to... There is a fragment of their soul, and they're able to revive from it.
Yeah, we pieced that together when she did that.
Yeah.
Well, depending on how long it takes, and you're just letting this Lich roam about?
Oh, she's in
No.
the basement right now.
She's currently incubated. She's currently trying to get back her old body.
What?
She hasn't killed anyone yet.
Basement of what?
The Korlath Castle.
Yeah.
But it's like
The
the
thing
sub-basement.
I need to remember his name.
Gally
The
turns.
sub-basement.
Gally turns and looks at Orvid.
Big shrug.
You didn't know anything about this.
No, he didn't.
No, they would have been nice to hear. But I guess now's now.
I was kind of afraid
I
to
told you when
also
we
try
first
and
met
fight
that we were
a
working with a
Death
Lich to
Knight
forestall
near
the
it.
end of days.
Yeah, but you didn't add all these little bits and pieces.
You never asked.
What do you mean the Lich is trying to forestall the end of days? That seems like kind of a big piece of information that you should give us.
I don't have all the details, but it has something to do with the fracture.
The biggest problem, though, is facing that Death Knight. If we're gonna, bust her chance of reviving and whatnot.
That's a
Okay.
problem for another day.
Yeah.
So you're saying that this Lich has something to do with the fracture?
Yes.
We know that she's older than the fracture.
Oh, yeah, she
Okay.
is.
So
She knew one of the wizards that tried to do it.
she knew one of the great spellcasters
Yeah,
That
she's,
did the effect.
she's old. She is extremely old.
This is... Gally is just at a loss for words and keeps looking between Zach, Nicholas, Sandra, and Orvid, and just...
Every time Gally looks back, the expression looks ever so more blank.
It's been a really rough couple of weeks.
Gally walks over, plops back down on the log she was sitting on, and just lets a very long existential crisis exhale.
Want some wine?
She holds her hand out.
Okay,
Currently,
fair
three
warning.
beings are freaking in Zach's head. I
Fair
didn't bring
warning,
that part
I
up.
can't guarantee it's any good. And I pull out the bottle that we got in the basement.
As you pull the bottle out, you can see her hand glows with that same color of magic prior to the touching of the Lich Phylactery, and a spectral hand forms around the bottle and floats it over towards her. And with the cork pops out of it,
Sorry, hold on.
and she takes a deep swig. Oh, fuck. It's the driest shit I've had.
I was about to tell you it's like 750 years old.
Talk about vintage. Oof. She floats it back to Sandra.
I'll take a swig.
Dry is correct. The most vintage of vintage. This is some form of Cabernet that has been aging on a shelf for hundreds of years. Surprisingly, like, still very flavorful. Dry, but, like, it's delicious. It's alcoholic. And, like, if you hadn't popped this open, probably worth a couple gold pieces.
Nicholas,
Hmm?
have some.
You want me to get drunk?
Well, not drunk, but
Sure.
we've been stuck in a dungeon for a few days. Honestly, I'm just happy to be on the surface again.
Well, I'll tell you what, Gally, if I guess I might as well stick around with these lot for a bit. Keep an eye on this whole end of days thing.
What of it?
Aye.
They're just pulling everything out of history and just casually mentioning it as they say the world is practically blowing up behind them. And say it's unbelievable, but we literally have a lich phylactery sitting there. So they have proof of this. This is a lot to unpack.
Well, I do say you think too much.
I mean,
She just pinches her nose.
Yeah,
It's not a bad thing to be dumb like me.
I didn't even mention the rats.
oh, I forgot about that.
Don't even want to hear about the fucking rats. I hate rats.
I forgot about that detail.
The
Fucking-
good news is the Thieves Guild exploded.
And I think the rats are, I think, dead. The
Maybe-
intelligent rat people are dead.
May the Allhammer bless my soul in this moment, for I need the strength to continue on. What the fuck else are you going to tell me next?
Well,
We put a poor girl to rest in a basement in some ruins.
yeah.
Alright, now you're murdering children, sounds good.
She was already
No,
dead.
no, no, she was already dead! She was
I'm
already
not
dead
sure
when we
if that
went
even-
there.
I'm not sure if that makes it better.
When we get to the place we're headed, how about let's not mention
Yeah,
let's not mention
no.
let's not mention the liches. Maybe don't give the reason the cities blew up. Just say that they did.
Out of
Yeah.
character. Hey guys, it's Hunter. Listen, YouTube, no. Murdering children, we do not kill kids. That is our least favorite thing to do. No, we are good. We're a good channel. Don't demonetize us like you did to the fucking amazing bulk review.
You mentioned
fucking
demonetization
website.
has already happened.
Okay, back on.
Yeah, so leave. Maybe just keep the key details, not leave it. And the world things. It might sound a little better on the politics.
I have
Yeah.
a plan. Don't worry.
The last time you had a plan is what made us end up in the slave trade.
Okay, we didn't end up in the slave trade, and this idea is better. Trust me.
Why is it a better idea?
Oh,
do you
well, I
mind
was
me
just gonna
asking
go
what
to the
idea
Adventure
is?
Guild and tell them everything.
What?
I would assume that the Adventurers Guild already knows about this.
No, they don't.
Well, they'd likely know about the other Adventurers Guild exploding.
Well, yeah, but
I don't think telling them this would exactly give us.
telling them
you
we know who did it
favors.
would help. We could start working on the clown situation.
Clowns, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they really aren't gonna believe that.
Why? There's one.
I
in our
don't know.
party.
Have you ever heard of the funny concept of a killer clown? It's kind of, well, not believable for most people.
I don't think that.
Maybe to you.
So, alright. You tell the Adventurers Guild where we're going that... I don't even think there's the Adventurers Guild in the town that we're specifically going to.
No,
It's in-
although there is one
There's
the
only a
next
couple of
town
adventurers
over.
guilds from what I know.
Hmm. What exactly is the plan for going to this next town we're going to? I know we got to send news that you're the new chief. Pointing over to his sleeping sack.
Oh, yeah. Kind of forgot about that.
Sounds like they got a war up in their hands at the moment.
Honestly, Zach is currently probably the most interesting person of this entire group.
Well... we certainly went off for some adventure and got something interesting now, didn't we, Orvid?
Aye.
Hmm?
Got after this bit, I want to head down and settle the whole situation we sought to stabilize.
Well, I'm pretty glad that you didn't listen to Dothric and, not trust any of my dusty old books at this point.
Yeah. Reading's honestly a bore if you think about it.
I cannot believe you're still saying that to me.
Well, it's hard to change. I don't know what to say.
All of you hear a resounding honk come from the direction of Zack and see them beginning to rouse.
It's like he rolled over onto a clown nose.
No one knows where his humps come from.
He
doesn't even have
a,
Figured out while he's sleeping.
he doesn't have a horn on him.
No, he does not. He just magically honks.
Zach very slowly just gets to get up and notices people looking at him.
Morning.
Sleepyhead.
Hello.
They know everything.
Do the honks come from
Want to.
do the honks come from thaumaturgy or where do those honks come from?
I had to guess maybe the honk mother.
Yes.
Yes, that's
That's
what he
what
calls
honk
his god.
The honk mother, does she actually exist? I've heard
Yeah.
about it.
No,
But-
out of character, we stole it from Barotrauma, but
I know that we stole it from Barotrauma, but in character, all of the recordings of the honk mother all sound like jokes and gags. So even the philosophers of religions, they don't even know for certain if the honk mother exists.
well, you try making a clown god sound serious. It's hard.
Yeah, I would assume this is probably the hardest thing you could ever tell someone to believe in.
Even the gods need to have some fun.
I guess that's true.
I don't know what you're going to tell me now. But at this point, I just shouldn't be surprised.
So why is everyone looking so pale?
Talking about the end of times and whatnot, circling this traveling party.
You fucking told them, didn't you?
Yes, I just told you. They know everything.
You know, sense of timing. Okay.
You
Ask
did-
me anything.
You do know that you're...
I mean, he can literally answer anything. The problem is,
Not going-
can't he?
Okay, ask me anything that I know.
You
It's
know
not
that you're...
external knowledge, I won't answer it.
Well, I'm out then. I'm gonna go hunt some breakfast.
Alright, do you know that you're wearing a lich phylactery around your neck?
Yes.
Wait, you knew what it was called this entire time?
And I know what a phylactery was.
Huh.
I just considered it by my lich friend's boob.
It's thought it was a necklace. Then again, liches aren't, you know, well known.
You consider the lich a friend.
Yes. I mean,
He's a weirdo.
she's a source of
He
knowledge.
also currently has like 3
No.
thoughts in his head
She's
from
helping-
different
she's helping
people
me from- she's
that makes me afraid to ever mind read
helping
him.
will strangle you.
Also, I know how to read minds. It's light knowledge, mind you, but still.
Nicholas. Silence.
Okay.
They are a friend, they are a source of untold knowledge that has been lost to the ages, and they are cool. And they saved my life.
They tried to also murder us.
Because you attacked them! Like, you wake up from a prison and see if you're going to be very friendly to random people who seem to be part of
He
the
also instantly murdered a dragon in her sleep.
She.
Yeah, the lich.
She. And yes, that was fucking cool. I'm a purveyor of knowledge of that which has been lost, and it's pretty fucking cool direct first-person source, you know? So yes, friend. It's not like you did anything bad, per se.
Other than try to bring the end of times.
That is highly debatable and overrepresented by fear of what the unknown. Y'all don't even know what the fucking wizards are trying to do, and that's the biggest secret we're trying to figure out.
I mean, I guess that is true, but it still sounds like they tried to bring it.
What?
I
We do
mean,
know.
you know,
Oh, hang on. What wizards?
the 2 fracture dudes.
Okay. Don't you apparently know everything?
Well, he does, but the problem is there's a chance of it failing, which would make
Okay.
him.
You see,
I have access to the knowledge, but tapping into it sometimes is a bit too much for my brain.
Orvid looks over to Galley, and it's just like, it's like he's trying to grab a key in the bottom of a bucket of piranhas.
That
Yes.
actually is the best metaphor I could think of.
Right. Well,
Overload happens occasionally.
Finding the
alright.
hay in a needle stack.
I'm
So,
getting better at it. I already feel stronger.
okay. So, you can't get that information. Gotcha.
I mean, he
It's-
can.
You can, but the
just
problem
bad
is there's a
at it.
chance of it failing.
At the heavy
And if it fails,
measurement,
it hurts.
Right.
You try to contain knowledge that you shouldn't, and see if your head can hold it.
Well, why don't we try an easy one? Zach, how many trees are in this forest?
Why would you?
that's
Not
barely a
listed in
helpful
regular
answer.
usage.
That is not a helpful answer.
Okay. What is
How about-
David's favorite color?
On
You have a cleric to do that for you.
Actually, yeah, I could just read his thoughts.
All right, what's
and
my
find out that
favorite
way.
color?
Or just ask him. We could just ask you what your favorite color is.
All right, where's
Actually,
my
it's still-
mom then?
Magic is not for abuse. I mean, it is entirely for abuse, but you have to respect it.
The last 2 times you asked Zach for your mom, he face planted and went and became stupider for like a day or 2.
Third time's the charm.
Anyway, any other questions from the you people? He points over at the new group.
What do you want for breakfast?
Shrug.
Do you have any fruits or vegetables or anything I could eat?
Yeah, plenty.
Oh, I'll have those.
But yes, any more questions from the irate clown?
All right, I'm gonna go do my hunting.
Okay. So at this point, are more people? Is it like? I guess which watch are we at by this point?
The watches are ended now. People
Okay.
are waking up at this point.
Waking
As you
up.
can, Dothric hasn't. He's still snoring like a rumbling earthquake. But
Well, Orvid knows it's best not to wake him till he's ready.
I'd like to do my
Good choice.
hunting roll.
yeah, you can certainly go for it with the 2 minutes that you walked out.
Well, I figured they were like still having their conversation, and everyone was starting to wake up. I would go out and hunt breakfast.
I go ahead and make your roll for you.
Am I adding wisdom to this as well, or just the double proficiency bonus?
Yeah, it's survival, so it is wisdom plus, I guess, double your proficiency because you're in the favored terrain.
Okay, so that's +8.
All right, yeah, easy enough. You're able to catch some small game. There's still additional berries and roots to be found. You walk essentially just in a different direction than you did last time, and it is bountiful living off the land. This forest has not been extremely passed through. Not many people make their way to Corlith, so those who are going between likely Steadfast or Granite Keep into the Orc lands, they might end up going this route, but sometimes they take others, so this definitely is not a road well traveled.
All right, cool. I head on back.
Right.
So, seeing you don't know the primary language of, your tribe allegedly, do you have any plans for, being a tribe leader?
I can probably help.
See how it goes.
Actually, now I think about it,
See if we can get
could
them
Zach
perhaps.
theoretically learn a language through the bottomless knowledge well? Who knows?
That seems more like a attempt to get a lot of knowledge. I feel like that would go probably very badly. I suppose I could learn tongues, but I'd rather.
I picked up bits and pieces over the past few days.
To be fair, with the orc situation, that was a bit of a surprise.
I will,
I suppose you could attempt killing me and then just having it transfer to you and bring me back with the Revivify or something.
might be,
I mean,
Like, what's the take exactly? I don't like being leashed.
I'd
as it were.
imagine permanently killing you would permanently remove it.
Just bring me back and we'll see how if it stays with me, if it transfers to someone else.
I'm sorry, why are we talking about murdering each other?
It,
Orc leader.
this orc
It's
this
the
orc tribe
clown's
does
stupid
like
idea.
secession of killer. So if they're saying if
If
he
he's
kills
dead,
him,
the killer gets to become the chieftain.
it might be shocking to do that pretty nonchalant. So
I was thinking of the unlimited knowledge.
Or, no, the way it worked was the Chimera killed their leader. I ended up being the killing blow to the Chimera, and they decided that makes me the new leader. Perhaps
Oh,
if I
right.
do something, I job.
So that would require killing 2 people, and let's not do that.
We could have like, I don't know, fucking. I'll just let something mundane kill me, and you could just revive me soon after.
But-
Or,
well, we can settle most of that once we get up to town and we find the exact situation.
So, how do you can't just best him in something else to get the chieftain title.
It seemed a little bit.
They seem to be serious
Restricted.
about it.
to what
Well-
casting meant.
Well,
Oh,
I mean,
I felt like I could ask them.
Maybe it's
Yeah,
we learn a bit of orc politics, and
Maybe do that before getting there.
yeah.
The fucker orcs even.
right.
Really, I've only spent my days reading books about the undead. I don't know what the fucking orc is. I just know they're green and strong.
Well, you likely have a bit of learning to do since we're gonna be on our way there. But so you said that you can get any piece of information that you want, right?
Yes, at the risk of my sanity for the moment. A seizure, some mental acuity for a while.
So, per se, I ask you where a special relic was, an artifact lost to time. You would be able to find that, right? You could no. So, if I ask you where the Shard of Arcanus is, you could find the Shard of Arcanus for me?
Potentially, yes.
Do any of us know what that
Like
is?
every question can be answered by him, but it's a chance if it's actually answered. Or if he just goes into a state of seizure.
So, I'll say, go ahead and whoever wants to try and figure out what the Shard of Arcanus is, go ahead and make a history roll.
Done.
Wait, why didn't you
13.
let me do it since I had a 7?
I mean, I can do it too.
Yeah, it can be,
Do you want to assist me, B, on my...
Yeah, sure. Just
Okay.
Zach's just going rhymes with Arcanist. Oh, just talking.
T-U-K-H.
Yeah, take my assist.
Unresolved... Wait. Oh, KH is at the end of the die. No. I forgot how to do it.
Orvid isn't paid to think.
Oh, wait. That's why I was doing it. It wasn't working. There we go.
so,
A 19.
I'll say, Sandra, you no idea what the Shard of Arcanus is.
Fuck.
Absolutely not. But Nicholas, you at least have heard of the Shard of Arcanus. You don't know a lot about it, but it is an artifact lost to time, as one would be able to insinuate from the inquiries of Galley. Some say there are rumors that surround it that it is a fractured piece of the weave itself. Some people say it's a combination of all of the schools of magic placed into one object. Some say it's the soul of one of the fracture spellcasters. There are rumors surrounding this item, and some believe it doesn't exist. It's just some tale made up. It sounds too good to be true. Something that is this immense amount of arcane power put into an item, and it's more or less just rumors, footnotes, and word of mouth tales. You've had a handful of books that have, done research into various artifacts, and all of the actual writings of the Shard of Arcanus are just speculations. And what exactly it is, it's not certain. But the Shard of Arcanus, Gally at least seems to believe it exists. And
Zach just sort of gonna tap on his gem phylactery just on the off chance. Maybe this is a way to communicate. Just like, you know what the fuck the Shard of Arcanus is? Expectantly looks at Gem.
You wish to attempt to use the gem to attempt to communicate with Xanathris the Ascended?
Yes, the Arcanist. Xanathris the Ascended.
So
Arcanist and Arcanist are similar, so
If this works,
clown logic.
if this works, can you also try to find my mom?
Oh my god, I'm asking my fucking witch
Th-
friend.
yeah,
I'm not
you-
using the no knowledge. Where the fuck does she know where your mom is?
I'm honestly zoning in and out.
So,
But yes.
if you wish to grip the stone and attempt to send a message via sending stone, you can certainly send a short message if you would like. So, what do you wish to send to Arcanist Xanthris the Ascended?
As he basically dictated earlier, just hey, Xanthus, do you know what the Shard of Arcanus is? Or you could find it? That's it.
Shard of Arcanus? Never heard of it.
Good to know. I was hoping she'd have known, but I guess title just happened to. Oh wait, just arcane. God damn it. Okay, fine. Anyone willing to cart me around on the off chance I bork?
Sandra raises her hand.
All right, Shard of Arcanus. Shard of Arcanus. Good go. What kind of roll is that? Just intelligence save.
Yup.
All right.
It's only allegedly a piece of the weave, so
We're
it might be
due one.
older.
Like, come on, we're due one of these.
Piece of the weed, you know.
Why did you say that?
It magnetizes to what?
Yup.
Every time!
Well,
It's
Don't
magnets in the dice!
love to see it. Zach,
Every
go ahead
time.
and roll 1d4 for me.
Every time.
Alright, you take
So you
2
got one
intelligence damage because you got that sweet, sweet nat 1. And everyone just like watches Zach, and you make the preparations, and Zach, they close their eyes, think deeply, and immediately, Zach, as you are delving deep into the well of knowledge, just various flashes, arcane bursts, different places, time flying past you. Your brain is immediately overcome with information, and you could just feel your body seize as you collapse and black out, and everyone just sees you frothing at the mouth.
Oh boy.
Seizuring. That's Mark's 3 for 3.
Get him some water.
So, has this ever worked?
Once.
Yeah. Wait, it has worked once?
Once.
What was it on? I don't remember.
I don't remember either. Something useless.
Gally walks over with a pillow and puts it under his head. Alright, let's tip him up. I've had to deal with one of my colleagues at the library. They occasionally had seizures. As long as keep their head up, have a pillow underneath them, and if they need anything, just be there for them.
So, are the 2 orc attendants here to watch this?
They're at least like still lying down.
Okay, I gotta let them rest for a little bit.
Mhm. They had the shifts that they needed to sleep through, so they need just a little extra time. Dalthric has no excuse. He's just over there snoring.
Yeah, that's a good enough excuse for good old Dollar. He'll get up when he's up. If we pack up to leave and he's still not up, he'll get him up.
Does anyone want some pemmican?
Well, I've already had my breakfast, but is this So this is something that just kind of happens?
Like I said, it's a chance that it could work, but there's also a chance that, well, you saw what just happened.
I've asked him 3 times where my mom is, and he collapses each
That
time.
was 2 times.
Technically 3, but he didn't try on the 3rd one.
Oh, that is true.
Right. Well, I can understand why they probably have not used this ability terribly much.
Yeah.
But at least from what I saw of this phylactery, honestly, there's so many things that can be done with it.
Hey,
If it works.
Oh, hey, Gally, you think one of those, what you call it in the Arcanists, they could help him hone in on the looking for stuff, because they do some of that similar knowledge with foreseeing the future and whatnot.
You're talking about diviners attempting to assist in whatever ability is like this. Well, I would say that there would be a chance for a ritual to be conducted, but at this point, there's too many unknowns with this. It would be a bit of research and potentially some trial and error on this part, depending
Yeah, I
on
don't think
where.
anybody has much knowledge on, well, somebody with infinite knowledge.
Well, so you're saying that they got this ability from a demon?
They made a pact
More
with
or
a
less.
demon. Yeah.
Hey, out of character, actually, can I stop glowing, please?
Sure, I'll modify that for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's been daytime forever.
It's just something that I have on you.
Yeah, that's fine. But Taz hasn't been lit for a while.
It's either all or nothing with the light, apparently. So, I adjust it accordingly. All right. Anyway,
Thank you.
Back to game. Are you sure that they didn't make a pact with the devil? Demons that are from the abyss.
We're not entirely sure it wasn't a devil. No.
It very well may have been. That makes actually more sense.
Yeah, devils that are the ones that make pacts and deals. And, well, I find it unusual that a follower of the Honk Mother would take a pact, but
He
depending on the-
lives life on the edge, like the very, very edge.
well, with all the things that have happened to you, I can understand that one. So, Orvid, it looks like we have quite a bit in front of us, at least.
Aye, this is more than just a one and done little trip we were hoping it to be.
Is B audible? I thought it was audible.
Right. Well, I guess at this point there's not much to do besides wait this out and get camp packed up.
Yeah, I guess so.
Alright, I'll help with that. And I put, like 5 things of pemmican in Zach's bag.
Orvid now takes a decisive step forward and goes to wake his friend.
You go over to
Isn't
Dothric.
this dangerous?
They are splayed on the ground, a bottle tipped over next to him.
Oh, you drank yourself silly. Oh no.
Coming out of his mouth.
He like they have their bedroll, except it's like they're on top of it with part of it like flopped on their like upper thigh, lower stomach, and just not doing the job at all.
He gives him a few light face slaps, and he's just like, "Wake up, you drunk bastard!"
Who the fuck thinks they gonna be touching me? I'm gonna fucking rip your eyes out! Oh, hey, Orvid.
Down. It's like just Orvid.
Sandra's kind of reaching for her bow.
This is normal.
Ah,
You're lucky I didn't attempt to dislocate. You're lucky I didn't immediately grab your arm for dislocating. Not like the last bastard that tried. What time of the morning is it?
A bit late. They're packing up camp.
Perfect time. And he stretches a bit, you hear the spine crack all the way up. And he stands up, flips it, just kind of balls up his bedroll and shoddily straps it into the travel bag that he has. You can tell that it's probably gonna come loose later. Alright, time to get going.
Aye.
And Dothric walks over to the Resta camp. At this point, the orcs have also awoken and are kind of giving concerned looks to Zach as he lays on the ground. But as time passes, Zach, you are able to regain consciousness again with a splitting headache.
Also, I kind of reassure them that he's fine with my broken orcish.
he kind of went for a quick bathroom break. Since he didn't think he was needed.
Well, now is about a good time to call session break and let everyone go grab snacks, drinks, and use the bathroom. So, break time, everyone. Together. Everyone packs up all of their stuff, hoists everything onto their bags. Everyone waits a sufficient amount of time, and Zach, you finally come to. You realize exactly what happened and that you've been out for a bit, but besides the splitting headache, you have your faculties mostly with you.
Didn't,
I think it exists.
Hey, Zach.
Didn't
all I got-
Hunter regain one of his con points back? Hunter and
Yeah, no, I put in the con point.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it should be back to normal by now, at least on my end.
Mine isn't. I'm still down by 2.
Oh, you must have had
Right.
massive contact then.
All Zach immediately just shouts upon just getting back up and realizing what's down is just, I think it exists. I got flashes, but not much.
Nice. Nice.
Who was asking for that one again?
There's some
Started-
pemmican in your bag, by the way.
What?
I put some pemmican in your bag.
What is that?
It's
Food.
food.
Travel
yeah.
food, very
I'll leave it on the
greasy.
way, it's
Very,
fine.
very greasy, very good travel food.
But yes, the Shard of Arcanus exists, I think. It's probably really old. Like,
Oh, that one I at least know.
mind-shatteringly old, but it does exist. Don't know where it is, though. It's traveled around a lot, or at least knowledge. Something.
Well, I mean,
Need to look into how not to faint when doing this.
yeah, that certainly would be something. If you don't mind, we'll talk later when it comes to what your ability is. Have your eyes always been red?
No.
Right. I'm assuming that's something to do with your pact with the devil.
I mean, I didn't know it was one until it happened, but yeah.
Right. So we don't need to be concerned or anything, do we?
I mean, aside from the whole, I don't know what the actual contract I signed was. Probably not. All I know is Steadfast is probably gone.
Well,
You don't
Well,
say. Yeah, we got
Okay.
that when, it exploded.
It was a giant demon. It was very cool.
so we're not gonna have to be concerned about anything, are we? Like, hopefully there's not gonna be another town explosion, hill rift, or something otherwise.
Check the. I'll be sure to read the fine print next time.
I won't
Or
let
Right.
him.
look for fine print next time.
But I mean, like, we're going into another town, and do I need to be concerned about encountering something ridiculous out of history or something like that? Like, the adventurers' headquarters got blown up. You open the
There's
rift
a
to the
non-zero
hells.
chance we're gonna encounter clowns.
That I don't like that either. Not the good. Unless they have pie, I'll take pie. But I don't think that Budbrados is known for their banana cream pies. I could be wrong, but depending on what area they come from, I would assume that it's something a bit further south.
But we'll see just how wonderful diplomacy with orcs is gonna be.
If we bump into those clowns again, we can ask where they get their pies.
Are they like a blessing from the Honk Mother or something? Where do you get the pies?
Honestly, it didn't even.
Same place he probably gets the clown books from.
They didn't
Yep.
even come with a pot or
Yeah, the
anything.
first time I met him, he gave me like this clown book thing. It burst into confetti when I opened it. It was really weird.
You don't question them, you just ask them.
Alright, I think I've heard about some of the clown miracles. Apparently there's also something weird with some drink, but let's not get into that. Anyway, on the road we need to go.
Keep going
Onwards.
right down the road.
Head.